Every 2 seconds, 10 babies are born, pushing the global population to 7 billion. At the forefront, India, which experts estimate will overtake China as the most populous nation on the planet within 20 years, even as India's growth levels off. So just how is this nation coping with such a dramatic increase?
ये हमारे छोटे काका का घर है। इधर ही हम लोग रहते थे पहले। इस वाले घर में चले गए। मैं 26 साल का था जब अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड मीरा से पहली बार मिला था। परेशान थी वो। एक्चुअली सब लोग परेशान थे उस समय। 1 साल तक तो हम लोग पार्क में, देन रिवर फ्रंट, लाइब्रेरी ऐसे जगहों पे मिलते रहे। देन वी डिसाइड टू लिव टुगेदर और हम लोगों ने शहर से बाहर एक अपार्टमेंट ले लिया। सब कुछ नॉर्मल चल रहा था। फिर अचानक से एक दिन पुलिस वाले आए और हमारी दुनिया ही बदल गई। हम इतने दिनों तक लोगों से छुपते रहे, पुलिस की नजरों से बचकर भागते रहे। I still remember that day. मुझे इतना डर पहले नहीं महसूस हुआ था। ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो मुझे मारने वाले हैं। वो लोग मुझे स्टेशन लेके गए। वहाँ पहले से ही मेरे जैसे कितने लोग भरे पड़े थे। मुझे फिर किसी ने स्टेरिलाइजेशन के बारे में बताया। लोग उसी के बारे में बात की जा रहे थे, स्टेरिलाइजेशन एंड ऑल। मुझे समझ में आ गया था कि मेरे साथ क्या होगा। मेरी आंखें खुली तो मुझे मेरा लोअर बॉडी महसूस ही नहीं हो रहा था। दर्द में था मैं बहुत।
See, if we take a sheet of paper and if there's a fixed amount of people who are standing, and if I keep folding the paper again and again and again, it's very obvious that the effective area per individual is going to reduce. Now, this is exactly what we're talking about right now, the idea of population boom.
It's been 5 years since my article came out in the paper, and I will never forget those initial 3 years. It's not something anybody in our country can forget. The way men were virtually dragged from the streets, the sterilization camps, the way the poor and underprivileged were targeted and taken into these makeshift clinics and had surgeries performed on them, and the amount of people who lost their lives through both surgeries. It has been a very dark time in our nation's history.
So in some ways, to deal with global warming, we were looking at various other issues.
I just saw it as a replication of what happened 100 years ago during the independence of 1975, where both men and women had surgeries performed in them.
The UN report specified that the rate of growth of population of India is also very huge.
From United Nations Television, this is UN in Action.
Pushing global population to nearly 7 billion people this year, India overtake China as the most populous nation on the planet.
as we all know, there was water scarcity in the country. We were importing water from outside. There was a national food security crisis, and that's how the IPC 2052 Section 3 bill came up.
न्यूज़ पे मैंने सुना था कि कोई बिल पास हुआ है, हम लोग इसको 52 बिल बोलते थे क्योंकि ये 2052 में बिल पास हुआ था। लोग इतने ज़्यादा हो गए थे, फिर मेरे पास भी कोई चारा नहीं था। मैंने सोचा शादी कर लेते हैं, और शादी करने के बाद नौकरी भी मिल रही थी, पर मेरे से ये हो नहीं पाया। रवि बुरा इंसान नहीं था, मैंने कोशिश भी किया, लेकिन कुछ भी ठीक नहीं लग रहा था।
A part of a government effort to curb population growth, they've come under fire by human rights groups.
Officials are looking into what exactly happened in this case, but we've seen many pictures in the past of women just being brought to these sort of health camps. They've been asked to, lie down wherever they can. If there's beds, fine. If there's no beds, then just on the ground in the gardens. And these surgeries are just performed one after the other. This is the first time, at least in the past few years, that we've seen these kinds of deaths as a result of these surgeries.
The moral and human and all these aspects that are being thrown at the bill can be completely shattered if personally, see, if I'm asked to go back and relook at the bill, and if I'm asked to question what would have you done, and I would say that I would have necessarily taken the same step.
People seem to have normalized about this thing, but there's definitely pain within the people. They have agreed to this lifestyle, they have agreed to follow the norms and laws, but there is so much dissent and pain and so much control imposed on the nation now that I don't see how we will ever flourish as a country again. But I definitely see a change from the first 3 years that were very actively disturbing to now where people are just used to this phenomenon.